Welcome to this episode of the People Dividend podcast. I'm your host, Mike Horne, and I am absolutely delighted to have you join me today. This is the second of two back-to-back episodes that are airing in the latter half of March 2025. This is the second episode. It's titled Embracing Human-Centric Leadership. And these two episodes at the back half of March 2025 arose because we're nearing the first quarter of the People Dividend Leadership Strategies for Unlocking Employee Potential. And I am excited to share with you in these two back-to-back episodes key themes from the People Dividend Leadership Strategies for Unlocking Employee Potential. So welcome back to those of you who are listening back to back, to those of you who have listened to the episode that preceded this one. Thank you for your engagement. Thank you for your likes. Please, when you visit our podcast, be sure to drop a like. And as we're talking about the People Dividend, Leadership Strategies for Unlocking Employee Potential, I also invite you and encourage you to pick up a copy of the book on Amazon and to leave a review. Let's talk a little bit about what happened in episode 1. Let me just briefly describe it, especially the idea that many workplaces neglect human talent and the high cost of disengagement. The focus of this episode, something different, what it means to become a human-centered leader and unlock the People Dividend. Yes, in this episode, we will talk about, just as you can find out in the book, specific steps to unlock this People Dividend, to get the greater rewards, the benefits that come through an investment in people. This is all about the human-centered workplace and what it means to lead with humanistic values in today's business environment. Clearly, we're at the dawn of a new age in terms of work. We will see the advance, the growth of the gig economy. People are staying at jobs about 4 years at this point, max. Or people are stringing together careers with several different jobs. We have an extended multi-generational workforce in all sectors of the economy. We have what is now the permanence of remote work. And you take all of those factors and put in that we're in the era of AI, where the computer is the factory. We need to redefine how we manage. I mean, what got us through the last century won't work. Scientific management, men and women of the corporation, moving to a service focus orientation. We need to come to a new place that will guide success in the AI era of management. And chapter 1 is the human-centered workplace, and it's called A Redefined Leadership with Empathy. And not only empathy, but with accountability. I share stories in the People Dividend of leaders I admire. But one in particular in chapter 1 is I reference a leader who created a very welcoming, open, and respectful workplace. And what they did as a result of this combination of inclusiveness, is they inspired trust. And what does trust do? If I trust you, I'm more likely to have greater engagement. I'm more likely to engage in congruent behaviors. My work will improve. So let's talk about the evolution of workplaces. I mean, how we've really seemed to have landed on remote work trends. Work can be done anywhere. It's so interesting to watch, as people still struggle with return to work, what that means, because employees are asking, well, why should I have this long commute, particularly in urban areas? Why should I have this long commute and go sit in front of a computer there? Anyway, lots of stuff that's going on in terms of the evolution of the workplace, remote work trends. Increasingly complex global teams work is distributed around the world. Even in my own small business, we're certainly a multinational corporation, and making human-centered leadership more relevant than ever in terms of driving outcomes, positive outcomes for employees and customers and shareholders alike. The pillars, let's talk about the columns, what holds together the human-centered workplace. It's community, it's accountability, it's leadership. It's almost, think about it as a call. Community, accountability, leadership. These are the foundations of a human-centered workplace. And, communities, main streets, these build, it's not about culture anymore. It's about community. And how do we create that in the workplace so that we have greater accountability and leadership? And these principles, when we create community, it builds stronger teamwork, and teamwork is the foundation for so much of what goes on. And let's acknowledge when we're working on teams versus when we're working on groups. Anyone who's participated in a team knows that it produces superior results, but it's quite an investment to build and forge and formulate a team. But one of the ways that you can do that is by unlocking this people dividend. These are the exponential returns that you receive by investing in people and their teams. I mean, this is how we unlock the people dividend, how we work with respect and kindness and dignity. And I want you to think about chapter 5. Those of you who have bought the book or you're ready to purchase, or when you pick it up, you'll just dive into chapter 5, which is beyond production elements. We need to see each other as something greater than an element of production. This is part of the return to humanistic values in the workplace, to emphasize why people, not projects or processes, drive organization success. It's people, not projects or processes, that drive organizational success. So let's think about some of the specific benefits when we move into this new era of people-centered management, yielding the results, the gains from the people dividend. Let's talk about it's a shift from seeing employees as a liability to seeing employees as an asset. It's about higher engagement levels, leading to increased creativity, more innovation, collaboration, and productive workplace cultures that create strong competitive advantages. In an era when we need a focus on tasks, we also need to focus on process. We need to focus on what, and we need to focus on how. And that's what happens with the people-centered, the people dividend manager, who provides that workplace community that creates a strong competitive advantage. Now, in chapter 6, some of the things that you'll gain knowledge of is about creating a readiness for the people dividend. How do I get my organization ready for the people dividend? Like building trust through transparency, through acknowledgement, recognition, acknowledgement of contributions. There are several case studies, but particularly in chapter 6, you're going to find a story, a case study of a company that transitions to this people first strategy, and about the remarkable outcomes that they achieve. So I encourage you to do that. And as we begin to, wrap up with our last segment in this, we really need to prepare for the future of work. There are trends in leadership by leaders who are embracing humanistic values, the concepts in the people dividend. They're aligning with a more human-centric focus. And if you want to lead your organization into the future, given all that we know that's going on in the modern workplace, this is where you're going to need to adjust to bring in the concepts of the people dividend. In chapter 8, you'll learn about the future of work with the people dividend, pointing to the economic and cultural shifts that are requiring organizations to prioritize human values. This isn't just my wish list, my pipe dream. If you read chapter 8, you'll see about the economic and cultural shifts that are underway that will make prioritizing a human-centered value practice important. So, one of the steps that you can take today is just gain some insights from your employees, revisit your recognition practices. So I want to leave you with an important message and inspiration, a call to action of sorts, is let's remember that people are, let's prioritize people. They are the irreplaceable strategy for success. I'm encouraging you to make the mindset shifts that's required, that's described in the People Dividend. And be sure, pick it up at Amazon. That's the best place for it. If you're interested as you end the first quarter and picking up copies for colleagues, your team, let me know. I'm happy to offer discounts if you want to purchase 50, 100 or more books, or 10, uh, because it really is a great way to uh, learn more about improving work outcomes. But it's more than that. It's about building a legacy that inspires respect, that inspires inclusion and loyalty. So thank you again, particularly those of you who have joined us for these back-to-back episodes on the People Dividend. And we'll return to our regular cadence of guests in the next episode. But I didn't want to leave the first quarter without continuing to discuss the People Dividend. Uh, you are going to continue to find practical examples, and I hope immense value when you purchase the People Dividend. Be sure to leave me a review as well on Amazon. I appreciate all that you do. And until the next episode of the People Dividend, I'm your host, Mike Horne, wishing you to stay well.